So I'm good cross-legged like this?
Yep.
Me too.
Yep.
Ready?
Try not to move your weight too much over the mic.
Okay. You're introducing.
So, hello again. Like we've been doing, we've been talking about dads. For Father's Day, but not only dads, minority, black and brown dads. And the reason, thank you. And if we're going to be talking about dads, we need to talk about the women in their lives who make fatherhood possible. And I'd like to introduce you to my wife, Herdine. And I want to get her take on me as a father. Because I know I'm the father that I am because of who she is. So I want to ask you, babe. I've been a father to your kids now for 8 years.
That's correct.
8 years. What's your take on me as a dad to our kids?
I would say the take on, from my perspective, is great. It's everything that I dreamt of and more. You kind of brought to life my vision of what my family should be, what their father should be. I was kind of scared that you wasn't going to bring that to life because I remember coming down the stairs in our home and telling you I was ready to become a mother. And you breaking down and crying.
Yeah, I get a little emotional sometimes. just a little bit.
Yes.
I mean, that was a hard conversation.
Yeah.
That was a hard conversation.
I think it was like the end of November. I was feeling that I was ready to be a mom. I came down and I shared, we just got married like 6 months later. And
6 months before.
No. 6 months later after being married.
Right. That would have been 6 months before we got married. 6 months prior.
No, 6 months after.
Okay. This was a couple's deal.
We got married in April.
And 6 months later.
And 6 months later,
Yes.
I was like, I want to have a baby.
Yes.
And when I told you, because I know we discussed it before marriage, and I told you, you had a moment.
Yeah. I mean.
And so I thought, and your response to me that evening was, I'm not ready.
No, I wasn't. I knew that. I knew I wasn't ready, like, in that moment. And you know this, like, I grew up without my dad. I was in Haiti until I was 7, being raised by aunts, grandparents. And then when I was reunited with them in the U.S., with my family and my father, 2 years later, 2 years later my dad died. And so from the age of 9 till what, 25, 26, it was pretty much, well, my mom was there, but, I had to figure out a lot of guy stuff on my own. And I hadn't figured out the whole dad thing yet, sorry to say.
So was it a loaded question? Or when I asked you, was it a place of fear for you?
Well, honestly, it wasn't a question. You wasn't asking me if I wanted to be a dad. You said you ready to be a mom.
I know, sorry, I have that bulldog mentality sometimes.
I almost was like, well, who's going to be the daddy? Yeah. But no, we had, you was set on that. And yeah, you did force the conversation. Yeah, no, I was scared. I didn't know what a dad did, what a dad was like, because I had no models. I didn't have anyone that I saw who fit the gap, who filled the mold. And so that at that time was the last thing I thought I wanted to do.
Okay. Now fast forward, I think 6 weeks later I was pregnant.
Yeah.
Happened fast, and we had Azriel. And going back to your original question, thank you for being that dad or that husband. And although he was afraid to change the title into becoming a father, you still move into it and you're doing an awesome job.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're doing a real awesome
Because,
job.
you know, for me, I guess what I realized was no matter how much I knew, I don't know that I would ever be fully ready. You know, the thing about being a dad, I've learned over the years since then, is a lot of it is learning as you go. A lot of it is the kind of stuff that we as men will figure out. But I had the space to figure it out, I guess I could say. I didn't have to be perfect, you know? So that helped. And I was determined to learn, you know? So, you know, you study, you read, you pay attention, you prepare yourself. And even now, I think I'm still working on being a good dad. I don't think there's ever a day that I'm not trying to be a good father or a good husband, which is what I guess I'll tell anybody, any dad, is, you know, it's daily work. You know, it's daily improvement.
So what do you say to dads that say, well, I didn't have a good dad as a model, or I didn't have that person that stepped in and became that positive life, and now they want to be a father, but they don't know how. So what do you do? Where do they go?
Well, the good thing about that is there's people all around you who can teach you. So it isn't just that you didn't have a dad or a model. Well, find one. There are plenty of people who you can walk up to and say, hey, I need help. There are books, there are videos. You know, if you're watching this video now, thank you for sharing this moment with us. Whatever you want to learn, you can. And just because you had an experience 10, 15, 20 years ago, you got to recognize you're not in that space right now. You know, you're not where you were. And so use that as a springboard to be the dad you would like to be. Surround yourself with men who are doing it. The kind of father you wish you had, look for fathers who are doing that. And just pick their brains.
And then now, there's a dad out there who's probably watching this video. He's been absent out of his son's or daughter's lives.
It's never too late.
How do they pick up? Where do they start?
It's never too late. You know, your kids they will always forgive their parents. It's interesting. No matter how upset your kids are.
It won't be easy though.
Oh no, it's hard as hell. Your kids will make you pay.
Yeah. Push back.
Even while they're resisting you, they secretly want you to keep trying. And you gotta know that. Even while they're resisting, they want you to keep trying because they want you to prove that you're serious. And you gotta endure it. So don't do it unless you're ready, unless you're committed, because then that just be one more nail in the coffin. But don't take their pushback as, oh well, there's nothing I can do. So, like I said, we're honoring dads because men have a hard job. Fatherhood is one of the hardest things that men, one of the hardest roles that men step into. And we just want to take a moment to acknowledge fathers for all the work they do, for all the guidance they're instilling in their kids. And it's not about being perfect, just being present. Okay? Being present is all your kids need. The rest we can figure out. Alright? So, again, from us to you, from my family to you, happy Father's Day.
Let's do it again.
I was gonna say she was supposed to say it with you.
From Dr. J and her team. From what we will say from Mercier Women's Consulting. Happy Father's Day to you. What? Which one is it? Dr. Mercier or Dr. J?
I'm not sure it's Dr. We're gonna say it together?
Yeah, you say it and I say my part. And then
Well, you do it and I'll be cool with it.
Okay.
So, from Dr. Mercier, Mrs. Mercier, Mercier Wellness and Consulting, from our family to you.
We want to say Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, guys.
I love you.
Really.
I knew she was gonna find a way to put that in there.
Alrighty. That's a wrap.